Hello.
Gary, nice to meet you.
How are you?
Very well, you? Yeah, take a seat.
All good.
Gary, welcome to Oxford United. First of all, what's your overriding emotion now sitting here inside the training grounds?
Yeah, really pleased to get it done. I think that, you know, when you enter into these sort of situations, often you get 2 or 3 days where nothing seems to be going as quickly as you want it to be. Because of course, you know, you want to get in the building and you want to start to meet people and you want to start to find your way around things and you want to start to work with a team, and that's the most important bit. So yeah, really excited to be here. Had a fabulous welcome by everyone. Everyone seems really friendly and excited to start.
Is it a reason why Oxford United was the option for you when you first got the phone call for your interest?
Yeah, I think firstly, I mean, I've seen the club develop. Well, I've seen the club previously, you know, but then of course the last few years I've seen the club developing and obviously become a championship club once again. Mm-hmm. You know, and I think I was certainly, when I first heard of the interest, you know, it was an exciting opportunity for me. You know, it's a championship club. I think most importantly for me, it's about the people you work with. Seems to be some really good people at the club, some really clear sort of structure in how things work, and also, you know, the passion of the fans. I've managed in the stadium, I've played in the stadium, I played in the old stadium as well, which shows my age. But you know, I've seen how passionate the fan base are as well, and you know, for me, it's about trying to give them something or maintaining something, because of course there's been some good success here at the football club, and for me it's about trying to build on that and certainly give the fans a team that they're proud of.
Yeah, you spoke there about some of the success we've had, which has led us to now be in the Championship, and this club has clear ambitions to become a competitive and stable Championship side. How do you think that you, from your experiences, can help us get to that?
Yeah, the first thing is I've done that before. You know, I've done it before several times. So I've been in a similar position at a similar time of the season, you know, a similar amount of games. And for me, you know, I've managed to build other clubs, or certainly the football side of things, into, you know, a team that can challenge for the top 6. I think that's important. It's that ambition. It's those methods that you use to try and get there. And I think it's showing ambition. I think that's it. I think it's easy sometimes when you're in this position, particularly in a moment that the team's in where, you know, form-wise, that sometimes it's easy to start being a little bit fearful and start looking at other teams around you, whereas actually really you have to have a clear picture of what you need to do. You have to have a clear direction of travel, and you need to be ambitious. You know, it's a good team. I mean, some really, really good players, some really talented individuals, and it's about creating a real synergy as a team and start to perform. You know, really simple.
Yeah, you mentioned the word ambition quite a few times there. I think the position that the club are in at this moment in time, survival was really key this season in the Championship. But how much, from your point of view, are you thinking about not just this season, but also where you want to take the club going forward? Yeah,
I think the club sharing the ambitions of course, a stadium and, you know, the training ground and where they see that future sort of growth, I think is really exciting. It's you know, certainly nice to be part of a club that has those sort of ambitions and has those plans. You know, so for me it was quite an easy decision, I think. Of course, being a championship club at the end of the season is absolutely vital. But again, sometimes you can get too fixated on those things. You can get too fixated on the end goal, and actually sometimes it's about what you do from here on in to give you the best possible opportunity to do that. And like I said, I've been in the position before. I think experience-wise, you know, I certainly know what it takes to achieve that. And it's I'm looking forward to helping the club move forward and hopefully up the table.
Over your time as a manager, I'm sure that you have come across many of the players that we've got at Oxford United at this moment in time. Of course, you've been working as well alongside some broadcasters, so been watching Oxford United games. I take it you're well versed in what we have currently at your disposal?
Yeah, I'm pretty well versed on the whole of the Championship, in truth, because I've spent probably the last year watching games, researching games and whatnot. And I think I covered the first home game of the season. against Norwich, was it?
Indeed, yeah.
Yeah, and I thought it was a really good performance again. So I've seen the team. I think I've seen the team at its best, and I think I've seen the team find that situation where a lot of clubs find themselves in when they first come into the Championship, where sometimes not the Championship catches up with you, but it certainly levels out a little bit, that initial sort of burst of enthusiasm and performances. And it's important to try and get back to that very quickly. I think I've got a good I haven't worked with loads of a team before, but I've got a good understanding of the players. And also, actually, I think I can look at them with fresh eyes as well, I think, which is important. So, like I said, looking forward to meeting the players, looking forward to getting on the training pitch. I've been coaching for a long time now, and I like to get out there and work with the players and see if we can try and continue the improvements that have been made.
I'm going to ask you about your style and approach as a manager in a second, but for supporters, many will be thinking at this moment in time, what will Gary Rowett be doing in the short term to help us get out of the position that we're in at this moment in time? Do you have that understanding when you come in about what your short-term approach will be?
Yeah, absolutely. I think you have to come and try and impact straight away. I'm not the sort of manager that will tell everyone I need 10, 15 games to get my points across, because of course, you haven't got that time as a manager. So for me, it's about impacting straight away. It's about trying to be really clear with the players on what we need to do. It's about working with the players and trying to create some real good synergy around how we do that. And we want to see those performances on the pitch, but that takes a lot of work to get to that point. So like I said, I've been in this situation on numerous occasions, and I'm pretty well versed on what's required. So yeah, certainly, like I said, looking forward to working with the players. It looks like a really, really good bunch of players. Looks like a team that can produce really good performances, and it's up to me to try to help them get back onto that winning mentality in those winning games, really.
Style of play is always something that is spoken about, particularly in modern day football. For yourself as a manager, how do you approach it when you come into a new club? Do you come in with a set idea, or do you assess the overall picture? Yeah,
I've always been the same. I've always had a way of working, a set sort of group of values and way that I want to work. I've always been flexible. For me, you have to work around the best players that you have available. You have to work around the capability of the players that you have available, and there's certain ways of doing that to get the best out of the club. I think you have to respect the club as well. I know that Oxford have always been a club that have been famed on good attacking football, but of course you have to blend that with a real solidity as well. There's no good attacking really well if you're conceding lots and lots of goals. So I've had different ways of working at different clubs that have had a similar overview. For example, when I was at Derby, we were a very attacking team that scored a lot of goals. So and quite flexible formation wise as well. But I've got a pretty good idea of what I think we need to do, both on and off the pitch. I'm looking forward to putting it into action.
In just a short time speaking to you, Gary, it seems as if in terms of your approach, there's a real clear idea with it in terms of structures and day-to-day working as well. How do you approach a day-to-day of being in charge of a football club as a head coach?
Yeah, again, I mean, you're working with all the good staff that are here already. It's important to come in and create a real buzz and enthusiasm to come in and work. I want players to come in and enjoy doing what they do. It's a fantastic game. It's a fantastic way to earn a living. So, and it's the same for staff. You want people to enjoy it. I'm very, very supportive, but very organised, and and everyone will understand exactly what's required. But we'll enjoy doing it, and we'll work together, and we'll do it as a team. And I think that's the one thing I've seen with the club so far. There's a real camaraderie. There's a real sort of one club feeling and mentality around all the teams. The women's team and the academy team as well, and that's important. That I've got to bring something to the table that helps all of those things grow. But most importantly, of course, we want to try and win some games of football with the first team, and I'm looking forward to doing that.
When you come in as a head coach, in this example, to a club, it can sometimes be a strange time for supporters, because it usually tends to be that someone else has lost their job in that process as well. For yourself, when you are coming in and you're working with a new set of supporters, how quickly and how important is it that you understand what they want from their football club?
Yeah, I'm always respectful of every club. Has, you know, Oxford United's got a rich tradition, it's got a rich history, it's got its own history. I think most importantly, every club's unique. And I think as a head coach, you have to come in and you have to understand that, and you have to try and learn about it, and you have to try and immerse yourself in that and in the area and in the community. And certainly for me, that's really, really important. You know, but it's also about me coming in and trying to create that synergy and that relationship by showing that we can put a team out there that, you know, reflects what the fans want. And I'm pretty sure that's really good football, a hard-working team that fights for every blade of grass that's available, and you know, certainly that's important to me. It's important to me that my team does that. It's important we're really organised. It's important we're very clear with the style of play that we want. But it's important we also enjoy trying to do it, and hopefully, you know, again, I'm mindful and I'm aware of the good work that's been done previously. I'm aware of the success that's happened, and you know, for me, of course, all I can do is try and put my own personality and be authentic of how I want to do it, and try and get some good results, and hopefully we're all going to be really happy.
Are you excited?
Yeah, really excited. Yeah, really excited. It's you know, it's a type of role that, you know, I relish, certainly in this type of club and this type of environment. Like I said, with good people all wanting to push together in the right direction. Massively excited. You know, I can't wait for Boxing Day already. You know, and I've already sort of transported myself to the side of a pitch mentally. But yeah, look, we're gonna need everyone pulling in the right direction. We're gonna probably have one or two, hopefully some great ups and one or two downs, and that's when you show, you know, the spirit of a football club.
Gary, we are extremely delighted to have you here as our new head coach. All the best, and we'll be seeing a lot more of you.
Thank you, pleasure.
Thank you.
Cheers.